no plans at all. Evil man's always transcending. Fighter like sheep, swallow everything. Always simpletons or pretending.
This is your moment of clarity from LeeCamp.net. What if Occupy was just the beginning? What if Occupy was just a wake-up call for many actions that are yet to come? You know, in the same way Rosa Parks on the bus was just a strike point for a much larger movement, or the way Billy Ray Cyrus's father created a multi-generational chain of shitloadian, like he built some sort of cultural blender that we're all helpless to turn off. Maybe Occupy wasn't meant to achieve the end goal. Maybe it was meant to simply be the bat symbol in the sky. You know, I had a teacher in high school who everyone loved, but one day she saw a kid sleeping in her class and she sprayed him with a fire extinguisher. She got fired. But I bet that kid never fell asleep in class again. Maybe Occupy was our fire extinguisher. So now it's time to move on to the next phase. I want to tell you about a crowdsourced global wave of action that can't be pepper sprayed, arrested, or chained. It can't be molested, suppressed, or arraigned. It is very different from Occupy, and if even a small percentage of the world population participates, it's unstoppable. So that means 96.5% of the world can continue to sit around scratching their balls and writing Yelp reviews for gas stations. It only takes 3.5%, and I didn't make up that number. Studies of successful movements show that 3.5% is all it takes. It's been termed the worldwide wave of action, and it could be the first global guerrilla multi-pronged non-violent attack against all the corrupt targets, destroying the possibility of a sustainable world. Well, the second if you count the Harlem Shake. But I don't. And you get to pick your own target. Whether you care most about stopping fracking, labeling GMOs, breaking up the big banks, getting money out of politics, encouraging green energy, or halting the rise of neckbeards. The worldwide wave of action starts on April 4th and goes until July 4th, and the planning is going on right now. What type of nonviolent action does it consist of? I'm glad you asked. Number 1, mass gatherings, flash mobs. This could range from a protest march to Number 2, worker strikes, hunger strikes, sit-ins. Remember those auto workers in Colombia sewed their mouths shut as a form of protest? You could do that, for example. I would be right there with you. Except I'm allergic to thread. This shirt is made of drywall. Number 3, shutting down corporate and governmental operations. Number 4, strategic defaults, debt strikes, foreclosure prevention, boycotting corrupt corporations, moving their money out of the big banks. You see, when the big banks and the corporations fear for their money, they flip the fuck out. They go crazier than Charlie Sheen on a bender with a proton pack crossing the streams. Crazier than a drunk Viking on tax day, finding out raping and pillaging can't be written off as a business expense. Crazier than a Goldman Sachs employee on tax day, finding out raping and pillaging can't be written off as a business expense. Number 5, using alternative currencies and economic systems. This could be anything from bartering to wife swapping to husband swapping to hamster swapping. You seen that reality show, Hamster Swap? It's fucking nuts. 2 families trade hamsters and then hilarity and drama ensues. Or you could use a website like TradeYa.com where no money is exchanged, only your stuff. You just say, hey, I'll give you a copy of Grand Theft Auto 5 if you teach me how to do that Mr. Roboto thing. Boom. No imaginary fake wealth pieces of paper change hands. No taxes are paid because it would be weird for the IRS to be like, you owe us 10% of your Mr. Roboto dance. And then you're like, okay, I'll give you just the arm swing part. Leaking info on corruption and committing online civil disobedience. This can take a lot of forms. One of my favorites is rebranding a company, or free branding, as I've termed it, because everything needs a stupid term. Ass jiggling is called twerking, a self photo is a selfie, corporate employees are called congressmen, and vapid comedic nothingness, emptier than Tory Spelling's head on whippets, it's called a late night show. Free branding is taking something like Bank of America and getting everybody to associate it with something else, like highway robbery. Maybe we can all use hashtag B of A to mean bent over fucked in ass. Or something more crude. I'm off my game today. And those are just a few of the activities we should all take part in for the worldwide wave of action starting April 4th. Go to waveofaction.org to learn more. I'm going to have to come back in a future episode and give you more of the list. Will something like this make a difference? Nothing makes a difference until it does. That's been your moment of clarity from LeeCamp.net. The music here at the end is This Machine by Chris Sagan. His link is in the description. Keep fighting.
Just let me know.